Obama welcomed a cabinet reshuffle by King Hamad bin Ais Al Khalifa, in which 4 ministers, including 2 royal family members, were replaced. U.S. President Barack Obama urged Congress to find common ground over the budget to prevent a government shutdown. In his weekly radio address, Obama said economic recovery would stall if lawmakers could not agree on spending cuts before the 4th of March deadline. An annual United States-South Korea joint military drill began despite North Korea's threat of waging a war. South Korea said the drills were part of annual defense exercises. Wisconsin's Republican Governor Scott Walker said he would not back down in his confrontation with state public sector unions and repeated his threat to lay off state workers if the standoff continued. Venezuela's President Hugo Chavez proposed an international mediation effort to seek a peaceful solution to the uprising against his friend and political ally Muammar Gaddafi of Libya. Chileans have been marking the anniversary of last year's earthquake, which killed more than 500 people and left hundreds of thousands homeless. Commemorations were led by President Sebastián Pinera.
Welcome back. The Japanese and Spanish governments have each pledged about $30 million towards reconstruction efforts in Haiti, presenting the funds to former U.S. President Bill Clinton and the Haitian Prime Minister. The details in the following story.
Former U.S. President Bill Clinton announced a new program funded by donors that will make home mortgages available to much of the Haitian public for the first time. Clinton and Bill preside over the interim Haiti Recovery Commission, the IHRC, which seeks donations from the international community for reconstruction projects in Haiti. Clinton said in the Haitian capital, which is still largely in ruins more than a year after the devastating earthquake, that the new program will include micro-mortgages so that even very poor people can get financing to buy a house. The international community has so far pledged more than $5.6 billion to help Haiti rebuild after the January 2010 earthquake, but less than half of that money has been provided so far. The IHRC is deciding how to spend billions in aid pledged for reconstruction in a country where more than 500,000 people whose homes were destroyed in the quake are still living in dismal tent camps and shanty towns. The group approved 13 projects with a total value of $255 million at its meeting. They also included a census that will help the government and its international partners find vacant land for new reconstruction. While Haiti is only 20 days away from the presidential runoff elections, the Prime Minister called on the next government to assign delegates to work alongside aid agencies and the Commission itself. Many Haitians who have been living in tent camps since the earthquake believed they would start getting new homes or at least sturdier temporary shelters months ago.
Welcome back. And we are joined now in the studio by Mr. Mohamed El Alfy, a political analyst, to shed light about the latest developments in Libya. Hello, sir, and thank you for being with us here on Al International. Sir, how do you evaluate the situation on the ground now in Libya after more than 20 days from the start of the uprising there?
The situation is similar to what happened in the Arabian area, because I think now this is they would like the U.S. and Western countries said many years ago we would like to deal with the democratic regimes, and unfortunately the regimes in our area ignore all this talk and stories, and they think that is the West and the United States putting them under pressure to get some gains.
Yeah.
But they didn't success to understand, or they don't like to believe that the U.S. is going to change them by force, not by by military force.
Because they're supposed to be their allies. Any of the toppled regimes or the regimes which are under threat now, they were the allies of the United States.
Yes, that is what happened now in our area. It's clarified to all next presidents or leaders to Arabian area, that is no one covered by you or protected by U.S.
Yes.
and West. they are. If you will look now, it's not. We can't believe that is they will revolution at the same time within 1 month in all the Arab countries.
Yeah.
All these countries was or people of these countries are sleeping, and now they awake suddenly. So, but now I would like to say this expression: U.S. and the West deal with the leaders of this area as a head of companies, not as a head of homelands. They decided to change them now because they are not serving anymore the strategies of these countries.
Sir, from your point of view, how the American dealt with the latest uprisings in the region? They deal with it in a very vague way. At the beginning here in Egypt, they said we are against the regime. Later on, they said no, they can stay for a while. They are very confused, or they did not give a real stance. And now in Libya, how do you think the U.S. reaction is?
Yes, what happened first in Tunis and Egypt, third in Libya. United States is dealing quiet with this
revolutions or uprisings,
yes, and they are waiting the results of them students taking training according to U.S. agenda, new agenda in the Middle East. They are waiting what them students will do in these countries. For this, we note that there is a delay with
the uprisings.
Yes, they are not taking fast actions because they know what they teach them students. Unfortunately, they are all them members in the Arab countries, and they are waiting the result of them students.
Sir, many right groups and member of the human rights organizations, they are blaming the U.S. for their very slow reaction towards what's going on the ground in Libya, and specifically the death toll, which is relatively very high. How do you see this?
The human rights organizations they are not creating the policy of the United States.
Of course.
They are talking about the humanity, about the human rights, about the people escaping, went to escape from Libya to the Tunisian border. They are talking about a different thing, and now we have to most of the
excuse me, sir, but I'm not only talking about this, the very aggressive humanitarian crisis on the border between Libya and Tunisia, but I'm also talking about the ongoing killing of the Libyan people inside Tripoli and the other cities.
Yes, also regarding what Muammar Gaddafi doing against his people, U.S. would like Gaddafi to create more crimes to find the reasons for the military intervention. And they will not be, we have to know, and our viewers should know well, U.S. will not be careful or not be care about what is the number of people who will be killed. They are looking for business. They are looking for what gains you will get from this crisis. They are not looking or will not talk. They are talking about democracy only inside them countries. And here they are looking for business.
So, sir, you believe, from your point of view, that the United States do not care anymore, or do not care from the very beginning about the democracy in the region, but they are caring about their own agenda or their own profits? Yes,
and today I think around 2 o'clock Egypt local time, there is one satellite channel, the last statement for Obama, he said, we believe now, he talked about Egypt, we believe now that is the new generations in Egypt will believe in our policy and Israel together. That's a strange statement from...
but despite the fact, sir, that the Israeli authorities beforehand said that they are shaky and they are afraid from the coming regime in Egypt. They are not aware of what's waiting for them, and they are scared about their interest and the peace treaty with Egypt.
No, they are not shaky. They are not afraid. They are, as you know, they are they are the owners of the international media, and the lobbies controlling the media all over the world. They would like to tell all the people over the world, we are afraid to get more support against the regimes. They didn't care really about who will lead
the country next.
The country, yes.
Sir, we'll continue our conversation, but first we'll take this report. The United States moved warships and aircraft closer to Libya and froze $30 billion in assets, ramping up pressure on what a top U.S. envoy called a delusional Muammar Gaddafi to relinquish power. The details in the following story.
In the hardest hitting U.S. denunciation yet of Libya's leader, U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice, said Gaddafi is disconnected from reality and is unfit to lead. Their military preparations and tougher U.S. rhetoric follow days of criticism of President Barack Obama's administration by Republican lawmakers, conservative commentators and others for an initially cautious response to the turmoil in Libya. The administration has defended its response, saying it had been reluctant to take any steps that could endanger U.S. citizens in the North African country. Washington imposed sanctions on Libya just hours after a plane carrying some of the last Americans flew out of the capital, Tripoli. While its position on Gaddafi is now clear, the United States is still struggling to develop a policy toward the various rebel groups. U.S. officials are in contact with them but have ruled out any immediate military aid. In the meantime, U.S. authorities are putting the financial squeeze on Gaddafi to pressure him to go. A U.S. Treasury Department official said about $30 billion in assets in the United States have been blocked from access by Gaddafi and his family. David Cohen, acting Treasury Under Secretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, said the sum was the largest ever blocked. Foreign governments are increasing pressure on Gaddafi to leave in the hope of ending fighting in Libya that has claimed at least 1,000 lives and forced thousands of people to flee. Colonel David Lapin, a Pentagon spokesman, said the U.S. military is moving ships closer to Libya in case they are needed. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said in Geneva, where she told the UN Human Rights Council it was time for Gaddafi to go, said the U.S. ships could be used for humanitarian and rescue missions.
Sir, do you think that the UN or U.S. military intervention is an option on the ground?
Yes, but it will be done after now we notice the delaying of the American actions.
Yeah.
They would like to achieve military and financial gains, but all parties under pressure to see who will win. They will be with him. They don't care about democracy. Or we would like to remind our viewers also that Gaddafi went to win 1969, he went to the king, to the palace of the king of Libya, Sanusi, on the American tank, who bring him United States. And the 42 years, they know him well, and they understand what he's doing well, and they know all details about the crimes inside Libya.
But Sir, Gaddafi said when he lately appeared last time, he said that there is no protest against me, my people love me, and I will stay. Can we say that this can open an opportunity for a whole war in Libya?
Muammar Gaddafi started the game with U.S. and the Western countries in 2006 when he decided to invest more than $70 billion to let them go away from
and he paid yes,
he
paid for Lockerbie.
Yes, he's trying to achieve